far? This cell? They don't let people visit. Only way to contact
Eso
them
me
is through that
gustó.
video setup in the basement.
Weird the guards let him keep a webcam.
You kidding? Most of those guys were on his payroll before he went to prison. I heard the raft's nothing like regular prison. Everything's harsher, dirtier, and you never know if you're gonna get shivved by an inmate or a guard.
Sounds like the kind of crap they tell teenagers to keep them out of trouble.
Just hard to imagine the big guy in there. Supposed to be above it all, you know?
I don't think he'll stay there for long. Even if he does, he's still got influence out here. You saw how fast the city turned up to condemn the building?
Heard Jordan gave up the boss's name to an undercover.
No, he's not that stupid. Oof. Where's he now?
Upper Bay. Him and the cop.
Should've known better.
You talked to the big guy today?
Supposed to hop on a call with him in a few.
Not your fault the kid spider showed up and busted all our plans.
All this guy cares about is results.
But you've been with him for years.
That's because I get results.
Heard the boss is getting desperate. Threatened to choke Brian the other day.
Jeez. What did he do?
He's been acting as a go-between, but the raft guards are catching on. Boss says if they find out how he's talking to us, all this is over.
Let's say
really gotta
the
take
boss
a
gets
leak.
taken out, thrown in isolation or whatever. Who takes over?
Why? You looking for a promotion?
Think you could do any better?
Nah. Boss gets shut down, I'm leaving the city. Nothing left for me here but bad memories.
I'm gonna be the next Fist someday. Mark my words. Hey, what was that?
Best thing about the holidays,
You're done.
more stuff to steal.
Footprints. That vanish. Okay. Big ol' do not push button. I'm gonna push it. Whoa.
Hey, pulled network data. Webcam calls to the raft are definitely coming from here.
So cut the network connection, brick the computer, no more boss giving them orders.
Exactly.
The underground basement hideout where they planned all their takedown Harlem schemes. Cool, cool, cool. Can you help me run a hybrid attack?
Sure, but first try VANESSA.
Vanessa?
If this setup belongs to who I think it does...
What is this? Who are you?
Oh, crap.
Fisk.
A child playing dress-up, pretending to be Spider-Man.
I can sever the connection from here. Just keep him talking.
Fisk. I stop what you're doing in Harlem. You're done in my neighborhood.
Your neighborhood? How touching. You'll learn that when you cross me, the people you want to protect are the ones who suffer.
What did that mean?
I don't know. But we have to find out.
Ugh. Someone invested in a zoom lens. Fisk wants to find me. This is why Pete's always telling me to keep the mask on. Feast North? Caleb's barbershop? The power plant? Everywhere they've targeted. Money, land, control. Fisk wants everything. Dirty Fisk money. Guess we know how he kept these guys loyal. Even from prison. This looks like Fisk style. Doesn't care who gets hurt, as long as he wins. Ugh. Someone invested in a zoom lens. They're trying to find me. This is why Pete's always telling me to keep the mask on. Feast North? Caleb's barbershop? The power plant? Everywhere they've targeted. Money, land, control. This guy wants everything. Even without pulling off the bank heist, their boss is loaded. These guys really don't care who gets hurt. long as their boss gets what he wants.
You all remember Wilson Fisk, don't you? The so-called kingpin of crime? I'm told he's getting 5-star treatment in his cell, which is nicer than Jared's apartment, while his shark lawyers appeal his conviction. But it seems there may be some justice in the world after all, because a new Daily Bugle expose reveals that his now dilapidated Fisk Tower, which is scheduled for demolition in the new year, has been taken over by Squad. And isn't it just perfect karma that this garish monument to the ego of a guy who always felt he was above the law has been overrun by a bunch of freeloading bums?
Hey, so, despite the dead zone, I was able to ping an IP address, and it led me to an online underground forum, and it is gold.
Really? Have you found anything good? Like how they started?
They were wannabe mafia. Started with assaults and robberies, then went after bigger groups so they could earn a reputation. Like, oh, the Inner Demons.
Hey, Danica! So after they made a run at the Inner Demons, how'd things go?
Not how you'd expect. When Devil's Breath hit, enough of the underground got sick that they went into hiding.
And Martin Lee going to jail ended the demons.
Yeah, the underground took over the demons' territory kind of by default. Not very dramatic.
Demon stuff. Spoils of war, I guess. Hard to imagine a sword and shield holding up against the firepower the underground has now. Yeah. I prefer my mask.
Okay, Ken. Who wins in a fight? Shaka or Tombstone? Kev, you there? Somebody check on him?
Hey, Spider-Man. I ran a custom search of this address with some underground-specific queries. This used to be a Tombstone hideout.
Whoa. What's the history there?
The underground and Tombstone crew did a few jobs together. Robberies, hits, carjackings. There was a falling out when a member killed one of Tombstone's guys. The underground were outgunned.
Until the Tinkerer came along.
Yeah. By then, Tombstone was in prison, so they were able to sweep in here, no problem.
They kept trophies from their fights with Tombstone. How sentimental. One of Tombstone's bikes. Of course he'd have a big muffler. I mean, I think that's a muffler. Grave dust. Makes your skin nearly invulnerable. Pete ended up creating a counter-drug to stop it. Hope the underground aren't getting into this. Hey, hideout should be back on the grid.
Okay, tipping off the cops. Cool. I'm gonna chase the Tombstone Underground Partnership lead for the series.
Distracted. Just thinking about when Hammerhead showed up here.
Oh yeah, what do you say? Like, anybody gonna take Fisk property, it's gonna be me! Then he wastes all his time going after Sable.
That guy was obsessed with all the...
Hey, so I checked this location against local crime reports. Guess what? A while back, the Maggia and an unidentified group, obviously pre-Tinkerer Underground, got into a shootout here.
Underground went after the Maggia? Like the crime families?
They wanted respect. Makes sense they'd try and jump ahead by gunning for the ruling class.
Hey, pod listeners. This episode is part of my series, Underground Exposed. Spider-Man recently took down an underground hideout in Greenwich, and we found evidence that the underground went to war against the Maggia. Yes, that Maggia. The old-school crime family. Back then, there was no Tinkerer, and the underground considered themselves a new class of criminal. The young mafia, if you will. They wanted respect, so they went after the crime families. The conflict sputtered out when Hammerhead staged the full-on takeover of the Maggia, which indirectly saved the underground. Thanks for that, Hammerhead, jerk. Till next time, if you're trying to change your habits, limit yourself to 1 change per month so you can stick to it. Goodbye.
Wow. It's a Maggia trophy room. Green's a little off on these bills. Guess the Maggia never nailed down their counterfeiting operation. Poker chips. Definitely the old crime family style. Their cunning trap has failed. Hey, consider the jammer jammed.
Perfect. Now I'm just gonna give the police an anonymous tip, and boom! No more hideouts.
Appreciate the help. Did you get what you needed?
Yep. I'm gonna dig some more into this turf war between the underground and the Maggia. Smells like a story.
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to hearing the podcast.
Hey, so I've been checking on the hideouts you shut down. Those areas have seen big decreases in crime and jerks waving around glowy swords. The Tinkerer's still a problem, but the underground's numbers took a serious hit.
It was a team effort, and I hope your series helps just as much.
Listen, if you ever need anything, not like a rescue, but a break from all the fighting, text me. I know a cafe that makes great matcha lattes.
I'm picturing sitting in a cafe in the mask, and it's weird.
But cool, right? Okay, bye.
Hey, pod listeners. This episode is part of my series, Underground Exposed. Spider-Man recently took down an underground hideout in Greenwich, and we found evidence the underground went to war against the Maggia. Yes, that Maggia. The old school crime family. Back then, there was no Tinkerer, and the underground considered themselves a new class of criminal. The young mafia, if you will. They wanted respect, so they went after the crime families. The conflict sputtered out when Hammerhead staged the full-on takeover of the Maggia, which indirectly saved the underground. Thanks for that, Hammerhead, you jerk. Till next time, if you're trying to change your habits, limit yourself to one change per month so you can stick to it. Goodbye.
Hey, bro. I read MJ's front pager about Symkaria.
Not while you were swinging, I hope. Sorry. Scolding mentor mode, downshifting. What did you think of the article?
The article was great. The pictures? Where'd they get this Peter Parker guy?
I'm sure MJ asks herself that all the time.
So how was the trip? Did you have to suit up while you were out there?
Nah. Sable handled it like a champ. Her and her wild pack. I mostly got to stand around taking pictures.
Sounds like a nice break. As much as a work trip can be.
Oh yeah. I'm feeling refreshed and ready to do some next-level Spider-Man. And clean out the gutters at my house. Being a homeowner is glamorous, let me tell you.
Sounds like it. I'll let you go. Talk soon.
Hey, Miles. MJ's flying into JFK next Tuesday. You mind covering patrol for me?
No problem. She's been gone a while, huh? You must be glad she's coming back.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised Sable let her go. MJ's profile opened by calling her cold, calculating, and humorless. Lavish praise in Symkaria. They're basically BFFs now.
Now that's a cool team-up.
Cool and slightly frightening. Okay, hit you up Tuesday. Bye. And thanks again.
Wish you were here, Dad. Notes about Roxxon independent contractors.
We need an outside partner to track Tinker and Spider-Man for us. Tombstone's off the grid. Black Cat's gone straight-ish. What about the guy in the purple? What did he go by? What was his name? Oh, yeah. Yeah, he'll do.
Guy in purple? That can't be. No way.